Hi guys, hope you're all doing great. Okay, this is a video extra for Shabby Chic Journal Group, and this is focused on wax seal clusters. And the reason why I chose this, which is very unique, you're probably going, what? Is because I wanted to touch on a lot of different things that has to do with not only wax seal or clusters, but what you use to create all of this all the time. So I've been watching a lot of your guys' posts and comments on each other's stuff, and I find a lot of questions about, those are beautiful clusters, where do I start? Or those are amazing, how do you do that? Or what paper do you use? Or where do you get the fabric? Or there's a lot of questions like that. So I really wanted to take this opportunity because it's like a basic, I'm doing a lot of basic videos for you guys so that you can learn, not only learn about the process of this, but also learn about, where do I get this stuff? How much money do I have to pay for this stuff? You know, can I find it cheap? Does anybody know where this is that's not expensive? You know, that kind of thing. What is texture versus, you know, ribbon or fabric? Can I use paper or do I have to use fabric? So let's go over all of that. I want to spend more time on that than actually creating these little guys. I'm going to do a few for you so you can see how the process is putting them together. And then I'll spend about 3 to 5 minutes on a wax seal as well. But I really wanted to go over the basics on how these are, where do you get all this stuff? Okay, so these are the ones that I did before I came on here really quick. And when I say really quick, you're going to see how quick you can do these. But this is a paper. A paper. This is a paper. And this one's a paper. Okay. This one's a fabric. I shouldn't really say fabric. I should say this one's a scrap material. This one's a scrap material. Let's get it, see if we can get it zoomed in a little bit. There you go. Scrap material. Scrap material. Okay. With that being said, these are wax seals. This is in a metallic marker. Doesn't matter what color. Metallic markers. So metallic marker pen. Any of these, you can do the tops of your wax seals. This is a plain one right here versus using the acrylic marker pens on the top of your seals to pop out the picture. Any color, metallic marker pen. They usually come in 6-packs, 8-packs, depending on where you get them. If you go Ali or Temu, 24 packs. Okay? We'll get into the wax and stuff in a few minutes. This is considered the actual seal stamper. You can buy these in all different shapes, forms, and sizes. Very important that the sizes are different. 3mm, 4mm, 8mm, this little screw thing right here that fit these, okay? But the handles you can buy in different designs, vintage, everything. Sometimes you get them, you buy a kit, you automatically get one in a kit. I'm going to show you that too. And that's the wax seal stamp. These are new pen stamps. These are new pen stamps for wax seal. Back in the day, they used to use them for leather, and now they're actually making them for wax seal. And they're tiny and they're super cute. And that's how you get the little tiny hearts. By these little guys. And these are super easy with these little pens, like punch pens. You make a whole bunch up at one time. And just store them. Because they're so little and they fit on any little thing. Anything. Okay? So we went over that. Let's get into the paper aspect of a cluster. You have choices of every type of paper you can think of that you're sitting on. Rip it up, make little pieces of it, and have some on store, or put yourself a little pile right here. Just a little pile of just ripped up different paper. Okay? Then you have, in case you didn't notice right here, you have different, when I hold this up, I have different textures in here. I have cheesecloth, parchment paper, tissue paper, just designer paper that was ripped up in a pile, cotton watercolor paper, mesh with little snowflake dots on it. Okay? Let's talk about texture. Here's a little pile that I put together for us to do. Okay? In this I have some artist tape ripped up book paper washi that I made. You just stick it on a book page, your artist tape or masking tape, and peel it off, and it peels off pieces of book pages, right? That's what that is. Then I have some cheesecloth. Then I have a piece of cotton paper. See that up close. This is some people call it cotton watercolor paper or watercolor paper. Some tissue paper that's been hardened and colored with watercolor pink. Snow mesh. Comes in every color. This is the pink color. This is the white color. Another type of mesh. Another type of mesh. Some mulberry backing. And if you look closely, it has like pieces of stuff in it for more texture. See that? Okay. So this right here, all of this right here, comes in a little package with a lot more different textures. But they actually all come in a little package together. Okay, I'm going to show you that. So in this envelope, you can see all the different textures in it. There's the mulberry. Hold that up. There's the cream snow. That's not the white, that's the cream. But in here is different colors of snow. Mesh. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be winter to use this. It looks good on everything. And then here is how they come. Like this. 15 pieces. Just like that. I pulled this out, that's why it's sitting here, because I was using it. It all comes different textures, different everything. Some mulberry paper comes along with it. And this texture. And you can get them in every single color. See that? Every single color you can think of. Pastels, darks, black, white, red, gold, silver, some with stars on it. Here's a green. Here's a green. Some blue. Some more blue. Okay? Those are texture. That's one form of texture. This is another form of texture. Okay? These are all paper. See that? Yes, you can get these in every color as well, including pastels. Some pastels there. Every color you can think of. Yellows. These are just what I grabbed right off the bat over here because they were in a dark package and they were sitting up front, so I just grabbed them. But anytime I see these packaged in different shapes and forms on Ally, which I'm going to show you, I nab them all. I nab the whole 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever it may be, and store these because I do a lot of mixed media as well. But these go across every avenue of paper art crafting, whatever you do, these are great to have. Now, if you have a die cutting machine and you have these dies, then you don't need to worry about this. But instead of buying a die cutting machine, buying the dies individually for $3, $4, $5, $6, $8 just for this little piece right here, right? You get one package of all different mixed inside of here for $2. Yeah. Sometimes you can get a whole 6-pack for $8 or $6 or whoever's having a deal. 6-pack meaning 6 different colors in their own packages. So that's a texture. And here's a few more. See the one with stars? It has like stars and stuff in it. And then this is more pastel and all my white. There's a little pastel green stuck in there. Okay. Let's talk about homemade paper. Okay. Here's my book page with the artist tape to make it like washi. Cotton. Parchment tissue paper. This is tea-dyed parchment paper that was white, but then I speckled it with blue oxide. This is blue oxide paper. It's just parchment washed in blue oxide. Literally blue oxide on a paper plate. And I'll talk to you about that. There's some casting plaster, pink parchment, white tissue paper, some more pink parchment, some different colors in here. This is all homemade paper. This is baby wipes. Paint canvas. I don't know. There was like I got some mulberry paper or some kind of brown paper from somewhere, so I tore it up little pieces for backing. There's purple fabric, baby wipe, cheesecloth, and canvas all in here in one envelope. Never throw away your baby wipes after using paints and oxides. There's some scrap wrinkled up tissue and parchment paper dipped in color. There's a bunch of purple parchments and cheesecloth in there. Speckled, all speckled of your creams and whites. Some old newspaper I ripped up. This is all homemade paper in here. There's some canvas ripped up, paint canvas. Some more baby wipe. Baby wipe pulls apart just like cheesecloth. There's also some scraps of blue. It's like paper, oxides, watercolor, tissue paper, parchment paper, wax paper. It's all mixed up in there. These are your cotton. It's your cotton white, cotton pink. Okay, that's homemade paper. This is all homemade paper. Now, in my video, on my YouTube channel, I actually show how to make all these and how easy it is, how fast it is, and how fun it is for you to create your own colored paper stash. Back in the day, we don't have a lot of time, but back in the day, we used to wait for the Easter. I don't know if you guys remember this. Let me know in the comments if some of you remember this. But back in the day, we used to wait year-round for the Easter Pez watercolor eggs. You know, the Easter egg coloring kit. And we would go into the dollar store. And I know some of you know the story. We would all rush to the dollar store and buy them out. Just so we could have those little tiny tablets to dye paper with. I remember that back in the day. And we would just dye all of our paper in the pastels, yellow, pink, lilac, right? And it was great because we get to do this every Easter time. But we would buy them out. And we'd be laughing, having a good time about who got how many. Now, you can use watercolors, oxides, oxide sprays, acrylic sprays. You have all those options now, which is incredible because now you can just make little tiny torn up pieces of paper, just what you need, or you can start a stash and make 2 or 3 pieces of paper of each one and then tear them all up. Now you have a lot of different options than we had before because we had coffee, tea, and the Pez tablets. That's it. Paz or Pez, or I don't remember. I think it's a Paz, right? Paz. The Paz Easter egg color kit tablets. That was back in the day. But on my YouTube channel, I do show you how to color your papers and materials. You can check that out. It would be under the junk journaling playlist, or I'm pretty sure it's under junk journaling. I don't think it's mixed media, or mixed media, but I'm pretty sure it's under junk journaling. Okay, so that's paper. Let's talk about fabric scraps. I saved the littlest scraps. Cheesecloth pieces, threading, This is all just threading from like, this is threading from canvas right here. Just threading from canvas. Threading from, couldn't even tell you. Just threading. Threading, canvas threading, cheesecloth pieces. There's some pink in there that I colored with watercolor. You can barely see it in there, but it's in there. If I can hold it up, you can see it closer. A little pink. Okay. And scraps. This literally is just scraps. So when I go to do a shabby or a fabric or clusters or snippets, I just come in here and literally toss this around. And that's what we're going to start with right now. Is we're going to grab 3 or 4 pieces. We're going to grab this one. And we're going to grab this one. And this one. This one. Because I don't want to take a lot of time up. I want to show you how easy this is to do. And this one looks good. And then let's get a little bit of cheesecloth going in here. We'll use that too. So there's that. And then I want this. And this. I'll take this, this. I like this little blue string right here. This little white piece. There's 2 pieces on it. And this. This. It's pink. Let me see if we can get... Ooh, I like this too. And I like these. No, this one. And let me see if I can get a different color texture of pink. And this one. Okay? We'll grab that one. There we go. We got those. Oh, here's a bow. Here's some little balls. Okay. We got those. So this is my scrap, like every little cut scrap. I have another one, if you watch some of my videos, that are just the long little strips. Another little suitcase has just the long little strips in them to grab for those. Okay, so we grabbed really fast. I got all this paper with texture, right? And then I grabbed this and I grabbed this. I think I want to make 2 out of this though, because I grabbed a lot, right? So let's do this white piece. This. Pink. I like the pink lace with the little frilly thingy. And I want these little balls on it, because that's cute. And then this little tan piece. And this little ruffle. Okay? Just like that. And attach her. That one's done. Now let's take this guy and put this on it like this, and this little ribbon, and these little ribbons on here, and then the little pink leaf guy this way, the little floral, little lace. Okay, let's attach it. That one's done. This guy, let's go with the crochet on the bottom and the pink, the ruffle, the blue, and let's shred some of this cheesecloth up. Okay, and we're going to put that right on top of here. Stick it in there, and it's attached. So we made 3 of those, okay? This is extra. Okay, let's do a paper. Let's work this up a little bit. And then let's throw this mesh, pink and white mesh, underneath. This mesh on top. Let's do some book page. And then some white cotton. Right? Pink parchment. With this mesh. Some cheesecloth. I'm just going to kind of V this over like so. So it goes in 2 different directions. Let's add this little pink to the top, but I don't want the whole thing, just a little dot of it. Let's slide that in. And there's paper. So we made these 4, 3 fabric and 1 paper, right? Okay. Next is our toppers. You can do anything for a topper, which I showed you in these. Bows, flowers, buttons, wax seals, little wording. That's why I added so much to these, so you can see the difference in the toppings. Little metal bows. All different flowers. Doesn't have to be roses. This little R wax seal for raspberry. Little bow with a flower in it. There's one over here with a crocheted flower. Crocheted flower. You can also put like little tickets. Let's say you're doing lemons. You can do a little lemon fussy cut. You can do rose fussy cuts on them. You can do any kind of fussy cuts. Anything you think you've got stashed around that's an element. You can use hard card elements. There's just, it's unlimited what you can put on the top of these, for real. I wanted to show you how easy it was just to make a cluster. Like, it's that simple. It's really, really that simple. You just need to know, you know, especially for the beginners here. That's why I'm on here, because I really want to educate you guys on where to get this stuff, how to do it, where do I find paper, how can I get that super cheap, you know, because if you're starting your stash, you know, that can add up. Oh, I want this and this and this, but, you know, that's like expensive, especially nowadays with, you know, how everything's going on, the prices of everything. But I'm going to show you my secret. Okay, so that's those, okay? So we made those 4 right here. We're just going to put them right here. I'll put them like this. Go ahead and plug my wax warmer in. It only takes a second. Put my mat down. While we're talking, I'm going to throw a couple of little wax pieces in here while I'm showing you some secret. Let's go with a mint. Let's go with 2 mint pastel and a white. Okay, we'll start there. Let's set that. We're going to let it warm up in here. And we'll leave this right here for right now. Let me grab my phone. Let's talk about, where do we get this stuff? So I saw her use an attacher. It's Tim Holtz. Everybody has those. Well, let me tell you something. Back in the day, this Tim Holtz attacher was like $8. And so everybody jumped on the bandwagon, and it would come with a little tiny box of attachments like these, like little staples. Comes together like this. Now, these are up to $22. $22. Okay? So I'm suggesting this versus these. $2.19 or 70 cents. They're little mini staplers that do the same exact thing, but it doesn't have the Tim Holtz name on it. Okay? So the little mini staplers do the same thing as for attaching as this attacher does. $2.70 versus the $22.40 and the $4.59 refill. And if you notice, they all come with their little box of staples with them. And you can get refills. This right here is AliExpress. Now, let's talk about Ali and Temu. Ali and Temu for fabrics, ribbons, any kind of scrapbooking, any kind of junk journaling, any kind of collaging, mixed media, as far as elements, ephemera, and things like that, and especially ribbons and fabric, are so inexpensive, like so inexpensive, versus what the United States is right now. But there's a secret. They now have warehouses in the United States, local warehouses. Because before you would wait like, 6 to 8 weeks. Now it's like 1 to 2 weeks. Seriously. Yeah. And you're still getting the same price. I just took this off of this today. So there's the little staplers. Here is the wax seal guy, and it comes with 6 stamps for $5. Here's a whole kit. You get the wax. You get all the wax right there, the pastel waxes. This is actually considered a firebox. This is the one you put the little teal candle inside, right? And then you set the little guy on top. It's a firebox. Your little pad like this, your little markers. It comes with all this stuff in it, plus all those, plus that for $6. Okay? Shop Ali and Temu first, because I don't support international. I support I support the savings, because it's so inexpensive, right? For what we do. You get bags. Look at bags of wax. $2. There's a little seal like this. If you're going to buy it by itself, $1.82. Here's a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pack of pastel, $3. Comes in like this. Comes in one of these guys. There's another pastel for $3.22. You can get just the colors, like individual colors. Okay, now we're going to talk about paper texture. These are really cool. They look like doilies, right? But they're all they're called hollow paper packs. And they come in like 10 pieces in one little package for $2. Oh, you can see that up close. They come in all different colors and floral and, yes, all pastels. $2. There's your tissue paper. 10 pieces of tissue paper in a package through Ali for $1.48. Yep. You pick your colors down there. Let's talk about the little roses. The little roses that are on here, right? The little roses. $2.25 for 50 of them. Assorted. 50 pieces, $2.25, assorted. You got to pick, there's assorted. Oh, I just took a snapshot, but you can tell down here. You can pick all your basics, or you can go to assorted dark, assorted pastel. Your bows all run between $1 to $2, $3 for 10, 30, 150, 20, 100. That's how many pieces you get. Okay, they also have, they call it lace, but you can get roses, bows, hearts, all different things. It's called a lace strand. It's in a yard. They're by the yard. Okay, they're mesh lace fabric or fringed lace fabric, but they're all, you just cut them up individually, and you have hundreds of flowers, hundreds of toppers. And this is $5.59 for a yard of the 3 centimeter. But you get a yard of all these baby roses. They come in all different prices. So check the prices, because you might find one. You might find the exact same one for half that price. There's the roses again for $1.81. Your beads. We'll get into that another time. But here's some more of the cut. See, here's some more of the cut shapes and, you know, this decorative. There's another one. See the lace. They come laced like this, and you get like, I don't know, 1 yard is like maybe 175 flowers. And they come in a little spool like this. And this one is $2.44. See all the spools. There's another one with bows. See the bows. They come in the whole spool thing, the bows. It's $2.50. There's some paper pack pieces for $2.31. You get 52 sheets in this one. All your little floral paper packs for fillers. There's the other doilies again in like a blue. All different blues, pastels. Pinks, yellows, whites, dark colors, pastel colors. And here's your mesh. The packet I just showed you. This is the purple one. See down here, you'd pick the pink or red or any of the pastel down here, because they have all pastel. And you get the 15 pieces in a pack for $2.97, or that's a lace. I'm trying to find another one for you. $2.54, $2.58. They're in all different things. $8.16. This is $8.16 for 90. That means you get all the colors in this one. Yep. You get all that. Every color. 90 pieces total for $8.16. There's another one for $2.41. See all the different colors? You just pick the color pack. And then the small ones that I showed you, the ones that I showed you in here, which there's all different kinds of these as well, $2.26 for 10 pieces. So my point to this is, Allie and Temu are now local. They have warehouses in the United States all over the place, and you don't have to no longer wait the 6 to 8 weeks. It's 1 to 2 weeks. Sometimes you get to spend a few days, and the prices are still the same. They're literally still the same. And I know with everybody, just a lot of beginners on here just starting out, I wanted to give you that wisdom, because it's gotten so expensive in the United States. You know, so for so many of our supplies, you know, we're running to Hobby Lobby if they have a 30% off sale or a coupon, but they've still raised their price 60%, you know? So the 30% really isn't helping us, because we bought it last year for what, $3, and this year it's $9 or $10, right? And I support local, because I have to tell you, all my digital, all my papers, sorry, all the stuff that you see that I design with is all Etsy. It is all Etsy. I'm all over Etsy supporting the digital designers. I'm all about that. for real. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are die cutters and have die cut machines and stuff like that. And beginners don't have all that either. So I just wanted to give you another resource, some more avenues, starting out because, you know, I didn't know all this when I first started, right? So I wanted to make sure you guys had some background in where to purchase things. You probably see all over YouTube and Facebook Temu hauls and AliExpress hauls, and you wonder, is that for real? It's for real. It's for real. I order a lot of my elements, fabrics, fabric laces, crochet. I order all of that because it's so inexpensive through Temu and Ali. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to keep going like I do and mass produce, right? So that's just a little bit of knowledge. You can take it or leave it, you know, you do you. But I wanted to enlighten you guys on that situation, to let you know that there are inexpensive resources out there. Always check there first, unless you need it in, you know, one day. Then it's Amazon, you're going to pay the price, because I do that sometimes too when I run out of like cardstock or chipboard or something, you know. I'm ordering that like quick on Amazon. But so I've warmed it up. This is the electric warmer right here. And which I showed you on there, I warmed it up, and I'm just going to pour, I use three, right, 2 mint and 1 white, and I'm just going to pour a little tiny bit in this little one, okay, and a little bit bigger in this one. The reason why I like the electric better is because the firebox, which I have one, I just don't use it anymore, the firebox, the tea light always goes out, and it blackens the bottom of your spoon. You're always constantly washing and cleaning it. Now I'm going to take the little pin, the pin stamp, set it on there, and then I'm going to take this little guy and set it on here. Push a little bit. And I'm just going to wait a second. And we're going to use these as little toppers. There they are. You see them? Takes seconds. It peels right off of your silicone plate. No cleanup necessary. And then I just grabbed the one marker. I don't want to put it right here. And then I'm just going to mark the top of this so that it brings out the highlight. I think this is copper. This one's copper color or something. Remember, any metallic marker. When I do other videos, you'll see me always try to tell you where to go, where you can get it, you know, that kind of thing. There they are. So let's go ahead and do one on this one, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, right? Because I'm on fabric. I'm going to go and put this on it. You know, you can add a bow or whatever you'd like. And then I'm going to add this one to this one. I'm going to put it on the side though, because I'm going to grab a bow for this guy. Get my tweezers here. Let's set that down, and I'll grab a little bow over here. This is sitting right here. Let's just use this little guy. Okay. Stick a little word on it. Pick a little word. Push that away a little bit. It's tiny, so let's go with, let's pull some of these out. Let's go with a little word. This little too. This is a little tiny, tiny one. Let's go with bliss. Okay, we'll go with bliss. And all I did with these was, we'll stick bliss coming down from right here. Okay? I tuck it underneath a little bit. There you go. All I did with these guys is I put them on cotton paper. I glued the words, right, the printable words, which I get on Etsy, the printable words onto cotton paper, and just have just a few stashed, you know, and I have like a few stashed of every different kinds that I'm doing, you know, whatever I would do. I see some cute words, I don't cut them all, I just do a few of them and have them, you know, ready to go. So, we learned about paper. We learned about texture. We learned about fabric scraps and how important they are, right? Building your stash, just like I pulled out. You can actually sit one day and on a rainy day or something and start ripping up paper. You can go on my YouTube and learn how to color all your baby wipes and cheesecloth and parchment paper, tissue paper. You can learn all how I did all that. And then fabric scraps, how to build your fabric scraps. If you don't have it, start cutting them up, ripping them up, and building your own little tiny suitcase or something. And then all your toppers, you can just use any toppers. You know, toppers are hard to really focus on because, you know, it's your creative space and it's what you're thinking at the time or what your theme is, you know. So just know that this is your basic. I wanted to make sure you understood a basic because you can put anything on this. You can leave them just like this, do a bunch of stash, you guys, and then when it comes time for you to focus on a junk journal or a folio or, you know, a tag page layout, whatever you're doing, you can then pull these out and go, oh, this topper would be perfect for this, and not have any toppers on yet or words. Just leave them like this. Because it was what? It took 2 seconds to put this together and staple it. That would be my suggestion too. Now, down, you know, here shortly, I'm going to do a video for you guys exclusively on snippets. And snippets is another one that you can actually use, because I did read that. Okay, I got the snippet. Now what do I do with it? You know, they made a beautiful snippet, and they're like, what do we do with these? You cut them up. You cut them up, and you have so much fun with them, because you just made your own self stash of cluster, page edges, tag toppers, page pullouts, hidden page clips, toppers. There's a whole list of what you just did for yourself when you made that snippet. Because all those things you use the snippets for. And we're going to go into that when I make snippets. But, you know, just, you know, this little thing will lead me to 10 other videos, right? By talking to you. So, just know you've got paper and the fabric. And there's your bases. And it took me, what, a minute, 2 minutes to make those. Very simple. But listen, you're a beginner. You have questions. Feel free to ask me. Put in the comments. Was this enough for you? Do you want me to go into more detail with these? with anything that you see here, do you want more detail? Because I can create another project for you guys to dig deeper into whatever you feel you need. That's what I'm here for. Okay, to educate, to enlighten, to inspire. That's why I love doing this. So no question is unanswerable. And I'm on those comments. In case you haven't noticed, I'm on your comments. I'm watching you. I'm reading you. I'm watching your posts. Yes, I love what you're doing. Beautiful pieces. So your questions to each other are helping me come up with the videos on what I see that you really need to kill like 3, 4, 5, 6 birds with one stone, right? By going over using one thing as a wax seal to get you into how to do all of this. Plus you learned a little bit about a wax seal. I hope this was informative. I hope I get you juices flowing and doing some clusters. I would love to see them. Even if you just want to do the starters, you guys, and take pictures and put them up. You know, because if you're building stash, this is the best way to go. Build your starters, don't put any toppers on them, and then when you go to make something, then you can throw those toppers and words on them. But there you go. These are really fun. I'm really having a good time. I'm getting ready to start filming June's. You got 2 challenge and 2 video extras for June. So can't wait for those. And I'm doing the spine. You don't know when this is coming out, but the spine and you guys hit your 30 comments on the 3-hole signature thread, right? And you reached your comments. So right after this video, that's how advanced I'm in this video, I'm doing the spine and the cover. So the spine and the cover you'll have exclusive unedited before you even see this one. So just know, oh yeah, we had that already. But I'm getting ready just to know when I get off here, because I'm in filming studio right now, I'm going to go ahead and whip those up for you unedited. So they'll be popped up. I'm excited about those too. Have a good day. Have fun on your table. Do a bunch of these because they're so fun. I hope I was informative. Let me know if I wasn't informative enough. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.